like Breanna Stewart and Sabrina Ionescu has broken their silence about this massacre they team just had.
Hello everyone, and welcome back. I hope you're all doing great. Today, I'm back with another exciting and action-packed video for you. If you're a fan of the WNBA, Caitlin Clark, and the latest basketball updates, make sure to stay with us until the very end because today's story is one you won't want to miss. Without wasting any more time, let's get started. The Indiana Fever stunned the New York Liberty with a dominant 108-88 victory in a game that quickly turned from a competitive battle into a complete second-half takeover by Indiana. Following the game, several Liberty players made honest comments about Caitlin Clark's performance, leaving little room for debate about the impact she had on the outcome. Their remarks reflected genuine respect for her talent and the influence she continues to have whenever she steps onto the court. What do you think? Were you surprised by how gracious the Liberty Stars were in defeat, or do you think they were simply being diplomatic in their post-game comments? If you enjoy this content, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 93% of viewers still haven't subscribed. It's completely free, takes only a second, and helps the channel grow. Thank you so much for your support. Now, back to the story. What we witnessed from Caitlin Clark against the defending champions was nothing short of extraordinary. The New York Liberty entered the matchup as one of the league's best teams with an undefeated start to the season, and many expected them to handle a Fever squad that had struggled during Clark's absence. Instead, Clark returned from a 5-game injury layoff and immediately reminded everyone why she is considered one of the most important players in professional basketball. She finished with 17 points, 7 assists, and a collection of highlight plays that electrified the crowd and changed the momentum of the game. Her shot-making ability, court vision, and confidence were on full display, producing moments that left fans and analysts amazed. Some of the shots she made were the kind that very few players, regardless of level, would even attempt. Her performance showcased elite skill, creativity, and leadership, helping the Fever dominate the defending champions in convincing fashion. When greatness is recognized by other great players, it carries extra weight, and the praise coming from members of the Liberty spoke volumes about what Clark accomplished on the court. By the final buzzer, Indiana had delivered one of its most impressive victories of the season, and Caitlin Clark had once again proven why she remains one of the most exciting and influential stars in the game today. Perhaps the most impressive part of the story was that Sabrina Ionescu and Breanna Stewart did not make excuses after Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever outplayed them. Instead of deflecting blame or focusing on what went wrong for New York, both stars openly acknowledged Clark's impact on the game and gave her the credit she deserved. Sabrina explained that basketball is a game of runs and recognized that the Fever are a great team capable of taking control when given opportunities. She admitted that the Liberty allowed Clark too many easy looks and emphasized how dangerous she becomes when given even a small amount of space. Sabrina praised Clark's shooting ability, highlighting her incredible range and her impressive talent for getting shots off under defensive pressure. She also expressed happiness about Clark's return from injury, noting that it was great to see her back on the court healthy and feeling good after missing several games. Those comments went beyond simple sportsmanship. They reflected genuine respect from one elite player to another. When someone with Sabrina's reputation as one of the league's greatest shooters praises another player's range and shot-making ability, those words carry significant weight. She understands better than most how difficult those shots are, which makes her recognition of Clark's talent even more meaningful. Breanna Stewart took a similar approach. As a multiple-time champion, MVP, and one of the most accomplished players in the WNBA, Stewart could have easily shifted the conversation toward officiating, mistakes, or other factors. Instead, she accepted the reality of the game and acknowledged that the Fever were simply the better team on that particular night. Both Liberty stars showed a level of professionalism and respect that stood out after a difficult loss. Rather than searching for excuses, they chose to recognize greatness when they saw it, and in doing so, they reinforced just how impactful Caitlin Clark's performance truly was. Throughout the game, Breanna Stewart's body language told its own story. As Caitlin Clark launched one of her deep logo three-pointers, Stewart was nearby watching the play unfold. Rather than showing frustration or disbelief, she appeared to smile and appreciate the moment. It was the reaction of a player who understood she was witnessing something special, even if it was happening against her own team. After the game, Stewart reflected on how the Liberty had opportunities to get back into the contest and even put together some strong stretches, but ultimately Indiana executed better when it mattered most. She pointed to defensive breakdowns that allowed the Fever to capitalize, especially from beyond the arc, where Indiana punished New York by knocking down 17 three-pointers on just 35 attempts. However, those defensive mistakes did not occur in isolation. Much of the pressure stemmed from Caitlin Clark's unique ability to stretch defenses far beyond their comfort zone. When a player can confidently pull up from well beyond the three-point line and consistently make those shots, entire defensive schemes are forced to change. The Liberty found themselves constantly trying to contain Clark while also preventing open opportunities for Indiana's other shooters, and they ultimately failed to do both. What makes these post-game comments even more noteworthy is the broader narrative that has often surrounded Clark and other WNBA stars. Rather than fueling controversy or engaging in rivalry-driven storylines, both Sabrina Ionescu and Breanna Stewart offered honest assessments of what happened on the court. They acknowledged Clark's impact, respected her performance, and gave credit where it was deserved. The numbers supported their observations. Indiana shot the ball exceptionally well from three-point range, and much of that success was created by the attention Clark demanded from the defense. Opponents become so focused on stopping her that other talented shooters are left with cleaner looks, and professional players typically make those opportunities count. Stewart's comments also highlighted the psychological effect Clark can have on opposing teams. As the Fever's offense continued to produce points, the Liberty felt pressure to keep pace, which led to rushed decisions, defensive lapses, and mistakes that only increased Indiana's advantage. That influence extends beyond individual statistics. It affects the rhythm, pace, and overall flow of the game. Adding further perspective, Liberty head coach Sandy Brondello did not look for excuses after the loss. Instead, she acknowledged that Indiana played well, executed effectively, and made the shots they needed to make. When a championship-winning coach openly credits an opponent's performance rather than pointing to external factors, it reinforces the legitimacy of what occurred on the court. The defensive numbers from New York's perspective were difficult to ignore. The Liberty allowed more than 100 points and struggled to slow down a Fever team that had faced offensive challenges during Clark's absence. It was not simply a matter of poor defense. It was an example of how one exceptional player can reshape an opponent's game plan, create opportunities for teammates, and completely alter the dynamics of a basketball game. One of the most interesting comments came from Sabrina Ionescu when she described basketball as a game of runs. Her statement acknowledged that Indiana's dominance was not simply the result of a hot shooting night or a few lucky breaks. Instead, she recognized that the Fever consistently maintained their energy, executed their game plan effectively, and sustained their momentum throughout the contest. That kind of praise reflects respect for a team's overall performance rather than attributing the outcome to temporary fortune. The statistics from the game further support that perspective. Indiana connected on 17 three-pointers, while New York struggled from beyond the arc and converted only a small percentage of its attempts. Such a significant difference is rarely the product of luck alone. It often occurs when one team's star player commands so much defensive attention that it creates higher quality opportunities for everyone else on the floor. Caitlin Clark's presence forced the Liberty to constantly adjust their defensive positioning, opening up space for Indiana shooters to capitalize. Breanna Stewart's analysis of the game also provided insight into the mental challenges New York faced throughout the matchup. The Liberty pride themselves on performing at a championship level, yet they openly admitted they had difficulty matching the pace, execution, and confidence displayed by the Fever. That acknowledgement speaks volumes about the pressure Indiana placed on them from start to finish. The transition game was another area where Clark's influence became clear. Indiana generated numerous fast break opportunities, a sharp contrast to some of the offensive struggles they experienced during Clark's absence. Her ability to push the pace, quickly advance the ball, and create scoring chances before defenses can get set transformed the Fever's offense. Stewart pointed to the difficulty of establishing New York's half-court defense when Indiana was constantly attacking in transition, highlighting a major factor behind the Fever's success. Sabrina also noted that the Liberty struggled offensively when they were unable to generate transition opportunities of their own. Much of New York's identity is built around creating defensive stops and converting them into quick offensive chances. However, when the opposing team is consistently scoring and limiting those opportunities, that entire strategy becomes much harder to execute. In many ways, Clark's impact extended beyond her individual statistics. She disrupted the Liberty's preferred style of play and forced them to operate outside their comfort zone. The free throw disparity added another layer to the story. Although New York earned more opportunities at the foul line, they were still unable to match Indiana's offensive efficiency. Stewart acknowledged that the Liberty did not attack the basket as effectively as they needed to, and part of that challenge stemmed from the way Clark's perimeter threat stretched the defense. When defenders are pulled farther away from the basket to account for a player's shooting range, it changes spacing across the floor and affects how teams create driving lanes and scoring opportunities. Perhaps most revealing was the fact that the Liberty experimented with multiple defensive approaches throughout the game in an effort to slow Clark down. Different coverages, adjustments, and matchups were tried, yet none consistently worked. That willingness to make repeated changes illustrates both the respect New York had for Clark's abilities and the difficulty of containing a player whose combination of shooting, playmaking, and court vision can impact every possession. The Liberty explored nearly every defensive adjustment available in an attempt to slow Caitlin Clark down. They changed coverages, experimented with zone defenses, and even tried denying her the ball altogether. Yet none of those strategies consistently worked. When a championship-level coaching staff exhausts multiple options and still struggles to contain a player, it suggests that player has moved beyond ordinary basketball classifications. Clark's combination of shooting range, playmaking ability, and basketball intelligence forced New York into a constant cycle of adjustments without providing a reliable solution. Breanna Stewart's comments about team identity and understanding who the Liberty are were particularly revealing. Entering the game as the defending champions and one of the league's top teams, New York expected to set the standard for the WNBA. However, the loss appeared to force a moment of reflection. It raised questions about where the Liberty truly stand when every contender is healthy and performing at its best. That level of self-evaluation only occurs after facing an opponent who demonstrates a higher level of execution and confidence on a given night. The significance of these post-game remarks becomes even greater when considering the backgrounds of the players making them. Both Sabrina Ionescu and Breanna Stewart have competed on international stages and faced some of the best basketball players in the world. Their praise carries credibility because it comes from athletes who understand elite competition and can recognize extraordinary talent when they see it. When players of that caliber acknowledge another player's greatness, it is difficult to dismiss their assessment. Sabrina's comments about Clark's ability to get her shot off highlighted an important distinction between good shooters and truly elite scorers. Many players can make open shots, but the greatest players create opportunities even when defenders are applying maximum pressure. They find ways to score despite tight coverage, difficult angles, and high-pressure situations. Throughout the game, Clark repeatedly demonstrated that ability, converting difficult opportunities and making high-level plays when Indiana needed them most. Stewart also pointed to communication issues on the defensive end, but those breakdowns were not simply random mistakes. They were often a direct result of Clark's movement, vision, and decision-making. Her ability to read defenses and react instantly forces opponents into split-second choices, and those choices frequently lead to confusion or errors. Even elite defensive teams can appear vulnerable when one player consistently places all 5 defenders in difficult situations. Another major theme from the game was pace. The Liberty are accustomed to controlling the rhythm of contests and dictating how games are played. Clark's return changed that dynamic completely. Her ability to push the tempo, create quick scoring opportunities, and accelerate the flow of the game forced New York into a style that better suited Indiana. Stewart's acknowledgement of this demonstrated her understanding of how much influence Clark has over the overall structure of a game, not just the scoreboard. The praise for Clark's shooting was also about more than simply making baskets. It reflected her decision-making under pressure and her ability to choose the right moments to attack. Even while taking difficult shots, she consistently displayed strong judgment, balancing aggression with smart basketball choices. That combination of confidence and intelligence is what separates great players from truly exceptional ones. Perhaps most importantly, Clark's return immediately restored Indiana's offensive identity. During her absence, the Fever often struggled to find rhythm and consistency. With Clark back in the lineup, the team looked more comfortable, confident, and connected. Players who had appeared uncertain suddenly found themselves in better positions, receiving cleaner opportunities, and playing with renewed energy. Her presence elevated not only her own performance but also the effectiveness of everyone around her, reinforcing why she remains one of the most influential players in the WNBA today. Breanna Stewart understood that what happened on the court was about more than individual brilliance. In her assessment of Indiana's execution, it became clear that Caitlin Clark's impact extended far beyond her own statistics. Clark's presence elevated the performance of everyone around her, creating opportunities that allowed the Fever to operate at a higher level offensively. The Liberty attempted to apply constant defensive pressure on Clark, but those efforts often backfired by opening space for her teammates. Stewart's acknowledgement that New York surrendered too many open looks highlighted how Clark's scoring threat creates advantages that go far beyond the points she personally contributes. The post-game discussion also revealed how well-prepared Indiana was for this matchup. The Fever entered the game with a clear strategy, targeting specific defensive weaknesses and taking advantage of patterns that even championship-caliber teams struggle to hide. Much of that success was driven by Clark's exceptional court vision and decision-making. Her ability to read defenses in real time allowed Indiana to consistently find quality scoring opportunities and maintain offensive efficiency throughout the contest. As the game progressed, momentum increasingly shifted in Indiana's favor. Every time the Liberty attempted to mount a comeback, the Fever seemed to have an answer. A major reason for that was Clark's ability to generate offense from virtually anywhere on the floor. Whether through her shooting, passing, or playmaking, she continually found ways to keep Indiana in control. Stewart's recognition of this reality reflected the respect that elite players have for opponents capable of changing the outcome of a game almost single-handedly. Clark's impact was also evident in the box score beyond her scoring numbers. Her 7 assists demonstrated her ability to involve teammates and create easy opportunities for others. Sabrina Ionescu's comments suggested an understanding that truly elite players influence winning in multiple ways. While scoring often grabs headlines, the ability to elevate an entire team is what separates stars from generational talents. Both Ionescu and Stewart appear to recognize that Clark's value extends well beyond individual statistics. There was also a broader significance to this loss for New York. As defending champions, both Stewart and Ionescu understood the message this game sent to the rest of the league. Losing to a healthy Indiana Fever team changes the conversation about who should be considered the league's best team. That is not the type of acknowledgement championship players make casually. It reflects a genuine respect for what they witnessed on the court and an understanding of the challenge Indiana presents when Clark is available and performing at her highest level. Ultimately, the post-game comments from both Liberty stars revealed a level of respect that went beyond routine professionalism. Rather than making excuses or searching for reasons to explain away the defeat, they chose to recognize excellence. Their willingness to openly praise Clark's performance demonstrated outstanding sportsmanship and reinforced the significance of what she accomplished. When defending champions publicly commend the player who just led their team to a decisive victory, it speaks volumes about the quality of that performance. Instead of focusing on disappointment, Ionescu and Stewart acknowledged greatness and gave credit where it was deserved. Their reactions served as a reminder that respect among elite competitors is often the clearest indicator of true excellence. What did you think of their response after the game? Did their comments change your perspective on Caitlin Clark's performance and impact? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this analysis, be sure to like the video, share your opinion, and subscribe for more WNBA coverage and basketball discussions. And if you are a Caitlin Clark fan, comment CC 100% below.